Greetings, Local 2627 sisters and brothers. Today is Monday, August the 10th. I hope everyone had a great weekend. And, remember on September the 12th is the Labor Day Parade, and we need to have a showing out there. We need to let the city know that we exist, because if people take the things that come out of computers for granted, they seem not to realize that it comes from someplace. It comes from 2627. So we need to go out there, and when we start fighting for our causes, that's how we get things done, by people recognizing that there's a lot of us out there. There's about 5,200 of us out there, and the city needs to know that we exist. And when I say the city, I'm talking about the people who live in the city, who are demand and require our services, that they've taken for granted. So we need to go out there and make a showing. Speaking about the program and analyst training exam now, it's due in the fall, and we still haven't had the prep course, and we don't have a prep course scheduled because we still haven't had an instructor yet. Now, the problem is that generally when we have a prep course, somebody permanent in the title is the one who instructs the class. The problem with this is two things. One, there hasn't been a test in more than a decade. We've had people in the title for more than a decade. Also, after you're in the title for a year, you're supposed to have automatic maturation into the promotional title, which is program analyst. So since there's nobody, since everybody in the title right now is provisional, and anybody who wasn't provisional was permanent, they've long ago moved into the program analyst title. That's our dilemma right now. So we're still looking. If you're a program analyst and you think that you might be able to teach this course, look on the website and see what the qualifications are as far as being a program analyst, and look on the website for the qualifications for what makes you qualify for program analyst training. And maybe you might be able to help the sisters and brothers that are lined up to take this exam. Also, everybody should have looked at the June PEP by now, and you should see that there's an article on insourcing. Now, this insourcing, that the IT insourcing stands to save the city about $100 million. The city right now is spending about $13 billion of its budget on IT. And a lot of it is consulting. Probably a big majority of it is consulting. We need to change this, and that's the whole reason why we have this insourcing. Now, we're going to have postings coming out. I'll probably have access to the postings over the next couple of weeks. And what I would suggest is that you use your education benefit, which is about $1,600 a year, and use enterprise training, which is all this information on our website, to start ramping up your skills so that you can be part of this. Now remember, if you have 10 or 15 years to do, the society is going to change. And I'm not talking about the society, I'm talking about the IT society is going to change. The skill sets are going to change. You need to be on top of it, and you need to make sure that your skill sets are tight. So you need to get this education. You need to take advantage of this education benefit. And we have members in this local who change agencies every 5 to 6 years. And every time they change for money. And that's the reason why they're changing. $10,000 or $15,000 more. We're in every city agency of the city of New York. Everyone. We're in about 350 locations. So there's no reason why you should be stuck at one agency for your whole career. If they're not treating you right, then you need to, as they say, bounce. You need to go to someplace else. You need to transfer to another agency. Take your titles and your longevities, and your pension, and move to another agency someplace else. This is important. You need to make sure that you do this. You need to make sure you do this. If you're only getting the contractual raises, you've been there 15, 20 years, and you've only got contractual raises, management does not respect you. You should think about going someplace else. And this insourcing is a perfect vehicle to get you someplace else. So please, if you haven't read the June PEP, then read it and find out what's going on. Again, on September the 12th is the Labor Day Parade. It's a Labor Day Parade. It would behoove you to let the city know what you're part of. Now, Good and Welfare this week from the Department of Corrections, Lily Leader, unfortunately her mother passed away. From Do It, Walter Klaas, his brother passed away, unfortunately. And one of our shop stewards at DEP, Gary Linus, he's recovering from a surgery. And as usual, our love and empathy goes out to these sisters and brothers at these times. In solidarity, this is Robert Ajayi. Have a good one.